There are bran cakes in the glove compartment. Oh.
Well, hello there. It is that time of year once again. The time where I sit here and babble to you guys for 7 to 8 minutes and kind of reflect on how this year has been and what my plans are going forward. As you can see, not a whole lot has been updated on this channel this year. I know I mentioned a few things. I don't quite remember because I didn't look at the most recent video that I had. I think it was like 7 or 8 months ago. It was the video sort of celebrating the fact that I had been doing YouTube for 10 years, which is insane. It's insane that it's been that much time. It's insane that I've changed so much in what seems like an eternity, but at the same time is really no time at all. But as you guys have seen, you know, bran cake doesn't really get a lot of love these days. I still have a lot of love for bran cake, don't get me wrong. I miss this channel a lot, and there are a lot of times where I wish I could kind of just go back and start over and try again one more time with it. But the truth is, I think I'm just sort of beyond that point now, in terms of growth and in terms of like what I want truly from myself and what I want out of my content that I produce. So I want to take this opportunity early on in the video to just sort of like chit chat with you guys a little bit about what my projects have been lately. So that way, you know, if anybody was not, you know, not in the loop, or, you know, they came across this and went, wow, this guy, I thought this guy stopped making stuff. Like what happened? What? So I've been spending a lot of time on Twitch. Twitch has been pretty much the very large portion of my content creation in terms of like things that I've been doing. I do plan on uploading, you know, at some point, either the end of this year, the beginning of the next. I am going to upload kind of like a little compilation video of stupid stuff that Keenan and I have done, and stupid stuff that we have said and done in our live stream events. Mostly I play, you know, horror video games with him. We'll play Lethal Company, Phasmophobia, pretty much just anything that kind of catches our eye. We're both big horror buffs, so we love playing horror games and you know, some of the hilarity that ensues, which I feel like is very fitting for this channel. I think that's not too far away from a lot of the stuff that is already here. So I think that it's going to fit in quite nicely. But yes, I've been doing Twitch. I've been Twitch streaming. It's been doing pretty well. I've gotten quite a few. I mean, I have my list of regular viewers that come in, and I'm so grateful for them, because, you know, without them, there really wouldn't be any opportunity for growth at all. But just to have like this consistent number of people that come in and take a look at what I do every day is an amazing feeling. And if you're watching this, I really, truly, deeply appreciate you. If you are one of those regular viewers, you know who you are. If you're not, if you've just popped in every once in a while, still appreciate you. Thanks for stopping in. But Twitch has been very fun. Being able to do things with my friends, you know, I have a consistent group that I do this stuff with now, and, you know, being able to stream with Keenan basically every single week, just about every week, for the entirety of this year, truly has been a blessing to me. I know that you know, there was a time where, you know, we didn't get to talk quite as often, we didn't get to hang out quite as often, and, you know, being able to do this every week on a consistent basis with him has been an absolute joy, and I am so grateful and just very fortunate to have a friend like that, and to be able to have other friends that support us and hang out with us and enjoy watching us be stupid on camera is just a wonderful, magnificent thing. Speaking of Keenan, we also have a podcast that we've been working on almost a year now, which is also absolutely mind-boggling to think about. But yeah, we do have a podcast in the works. It's called Project Grind. It is about the SCP Foundation. It is about supernatural stuff. It is about folklore. It's basically just a way for us to kind of like delve into the history of, you know, like urban folklore, urban legends, and just like, you know, general traditional folklore that has occurred in the past. It's basically just a great big history lesson, with us being our silly, simple, predictable goofball selves. So, and again, all of these things are going to be available in the description. Please go check them out if you haven't already. It would mean the world to me, because those are really the big projects that I'm working on right now. I'm also really getting back into art quite a bit. As you can see, I've gotten into painting quite a bit. I've been really interested in Warhammer. My friend Sam kind of really brought me back into the game, and so I've got my own army. I run with the orcs, you know, the orcs, the best boys. And this is actually a pretty good example. I don't know if it's going to show up very well on camera because it's kind of dark in here, but that's just a shadowy silhouette. That's better. You can kind of see colors. Anyway, so this is an orc model that I've been painting, and I've actually been, if you want to see more of that, I have actually been really considering including painting streams on Twitch, and I've done a couple. They were pretty successful, and I really enjoyed doing them. I think they were a lot of fun. So be on the lookout for those if you're interested in watching me paint. I also have plans for the future to be streaming much more frequently when it comes to art, to stream drawing, painting, you know, digital art, whatever it is. You know, I really want to expand my horizons, and I want people to sort of enjoy the process. I know there are people out there that really enjoy just kind of looking at how an artist does something, which I'm not saying I'm an artist, but just like watching a process develop, I think is very interesting for a lot of people. It's interesting for myself too. I like watching those kinds of streams. So, you know, to be able to participate in that and actually create that kind of content and have people come and check it out, that's kind of a dream come true. I'm kind of all over the place in this one, but speaking of dreams come true, interesting segue. I had the opportunity this month, a couple weeks ago actually, to go see a YouTuber live, which was amazing, absolutely amazing. If you don't know, you should know. But if you don't know, aha! I had the opportunity to see Jacksepticeye live. I was in the crowd during that event for Thankmas. For those of you that don't know what Thankmas is, it is an opportunity for YouTubers to participate in charities, to get awareness for those charities. In this case, Jack chose Samaritan and Crisis Text Line. And there will be links to both of those charities in this description, because I think it's very important what he did. And that is he you know, raised awareness, participated in the process of, you know, allowing this money that has been raised to go to these very important nonprofit organizations. If you don't know what they are, please go check out the links. Very important, very important for mental health. I know mental health is probably one of the biggest things I think that the most of us struggle with in the 21st century, especially in, oh my God, the time that we're in right now, 2024. What the actual shit? I won't get too political when it comes to, like, you know, reflecting on the year and looking back on things. Obviously, I don't think, I feel like people who know me or have been watching this long enough know that it doesn't take much to realize that we have fucked up, and that this is not going to end well. I don't really know how it got to this point. It's absolute chaos. Needless to say, I'm unhappy about it. But I will leave it at that. I don't want to get into too much more with that. That's not what this is about. The year itself has been very interesting. There's been a lot of highs and a lot of lows. I've had a fantastic opportunity so many times, and I'm so grateful for them, to go out and make some really important memories with my partner. We went and saw so many concerts. That was a really cool thing that we got to do. We saw Vampire Weekend. We saw 21 Pilots, Blink 182. I finally got to see them live in person. It only took me 11 years of wanting to do that, but I finally did it, and I'm feeling pretty good about that one. But yeah, you know, like along the road, all of it, like, you know, being in LA so many times this year and being, you know, getting to see Jacksepticeye live at the Orpheum was really cool. You know, I got to stay at a 5-star hotel for the very first time in my entire life, and probably the only time in my entire life. There's just so many great opportunities and so many memories that I'm going to cherish for the rest of my life. And, you know, looking back on it, I know that I can't help but mention some of the videos from the past, right? Like, you know, the 2021 video all the way to now. There was some serious lows, and there was some there was so much depression and mental health struggle, I think, back then. And that's not to say that I still don't struggle with that. Of course I do. but it's just different now. I think having a support group, having a very understanding, patient spouse that is willing to go the distance and figure out what the hell is wrong, like, so important. Um, I'm very, very, very blessed. And I always try to remember that going forward, and I always try to remember where I was a few years ago. And literally just a few years ago. My life has changed so much since then. And a lot of it for the better. Not all of it, obviously. It's just life, but so much of it for the better. And I'm struggling with purpose and with meaning and with moving forward. Now more than ever, I think there's been a lot of reminders of the past, of who I was, of where I was, and I think there's a lot of nostalgia going on for me. I think there's a lot of like missing who I was in air quotes. And the 10-year marker on this channel is a great example of that, because I remember where I was starting this channel, and I remember the struggles that I had at the time. I remember who I was as a person, and now it feels like I look in the mirror and I'm like, I don't even know who the hell is this guy. I don't know. But it's also really empowering, and it's really good because I am moving in the right direction. And I could not be more grateful for that. I could not be more lucky to have that. And so going forward and knowing this, I'm going to do my best. And one of the ways I'm going to do my best is to continue to try my damnedest to stay consistent with content creation. I've got a lot of plans in the future for sort of intermixing content creation with like, social media, and trying to have the two meet together and have the two integrate. Because, I've got the stuff now. Like I have it. I've got it on lock. I just have to be determined and consistent about producing it and about making sure that people have the opportunity to see it, right? Because visibility, especially now in 2024, is very hard to get, but it's also very, very important as a content creator. Like that is the most important thing is visibility. If you don't have that, you're not really going to go anywhere, unfortunately. And I know this from personal experience, because I had visibility and then I lost it because I'm stupid. Not stupid. I just changed. Like I grew up, and there were things at the time that were more important. School was really important for me. Getting my degree was important. Having a job. I did have a job for a long time. I've had so many jobs recently that have been just crazy. It's been hard to keep up, but like, I've worked in a print shop. I worked at retail. I was actually a professional writer, which is crazy. The fact that I have actually had the opportunity to sit down like in an office and produce business level content is insane to me. I never thought I'd be able to do that. I always kind of thought of it as a pipe dream, right? Like, having a degree in philosophy and pursuing creative writing, and these are all things that I've mentioned on this channel many, many times, but I never once thought that they would take me as far as they did, to be able to actually have that, that under my belt where I can say, hey, I did this, right? Like this is a thing I did. I actually created something on a business level. I worked an office job with my writing skills, and it's incredible. But moving forward, there's so much more to do still. I've sort of decided in the long run, what I want to do is I want to create content for myself. I want to be able to create content that I've made, that came from my mind, that I'm proud of. And I'm not going to stop until I get that. That is the thing. I know that there was one of the videos, I can't remember which one it was, if it was the 2021 or the 22. But one of them I remember saying like, oh, I'm just giving up on it. I'm never going to be a writer, and I'll just find something else to do, which like looking back on it now feels so stupid. Like it feels very, I don't know, juvenile, kind of whiny. Like, get over yourself. The only time you lose is when you quit. And that's the honest truth, is that you have to keep going forward. So all of that to say, 2024 has been a wonderful year. It's been fantastic. And I'm still looking forward to 2025. I don't think that 2025 is going to hold as many like really cool memories and like core memories that I'm going to take with me. but I know that 2025 is definitely going to be my year. I'm going to make this year my biatch. That is what I'm going to do. I am going to work my hardest to try and make it. It's kind of insane to me that in 2025 I'm going to be 30 years old. I've never been 30 years old. It's a weird thing. Only been in my 20s and a teenager. And so like going forward, there's a lot of responsibility of sort of coming into my own and sort of ascending and becoming a truly, by every single sense of the definition, a full-fledged adult. But adulting is hard. Adulting is very hard work. It's gonna take a lot. It's gonna take a lot for me, and I know that 2025 is gonna be a very trying year for me. It's gonna be very difficult. But unlike some of the difficult years that I've faced recently, it's not gonna be difficult just for the sake of being difficult, right? It's not gonna be hard and painful with no way out, with no reprieve and no respite. It's just gonna be like very difficult to get these things in order and in line. But there's going to be something at the end waiting for me. I know it. I just have to get to it. Regardless, I hope that you all stay with me as I continue my journey. And please go check out the content that I was mentioning. I also have another YouTube channel that I have started that is much more tailored towards like some of the things that I want to do. I do have some writing on there. It's very, very sparse right now still. Because there's just been so many other things that I've had to focus on this year that have been just like complete time sinks. But I'm in a spot now where I think, there's going to be a lot more content in the near future, and I'm very excited for that. And I want you guys to be a part of that. So please go check out my YouTube channel. It's called at Den Elliott. That's where you're going to find it. There's also going to be a link, of course, to that in the description below. If you guys took the opportunity to just give me a subscribe over there, give me some of your support, it would mean so much to me, because I literally cannot do this without you guys, right? You guys are the backbone to all of this. You're the backbone to making these dreams and these endeavors come true and become a reality. So thank you again. I hope you guys had a great year. I know it's been really good for some and really not good for others. But I hope regardless that 2024 found you in good spirits. And if it didn't find you in good spirits, then hopefully it taught you something very important. I think that a lot of the difficult times that I've been through have really shaped me and changed me in a lot of ways. Maybe not always for the best, but it has sort of opened my eyes to a lot of realities and a lot of things that I don't think I would have been able to do or accomplish had I not gone through some of the pain and the difficulty of those times. So if you're going through a difficult time, stick with it. Don't give up, please. And giving up that's the last thing you want to do. Because if you give up, then there's never a chance, right? There's never a chance to start over and to start new and to actually have the opportunity to complete the things that you want to complete, the reason why you're here. Thank you guys so much for supporting me throughout the years. 10 years, my God, 10 years. And many more on other channels, in other avenues, and with better, or well, maybe not better, different content. Let's go with different content. But thank you again. Have a great holiday. Have a great happy new year. And let's take on 2025. Let's really do this.